Hello, everybody. Lucas Hanneman here. Welcome to this week's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday, where we are going to pit P90s against humbuckers, and we're going to ask the question, which is better for you? Of course, I'm going to give you guys some expert tips as to which one might be better for you depending on your style and your preferences, but most importantly, we're going to listen to these pickups together. We're going to talk about the sounds that we're hearing in one versus the other. So let's look at the two options we have for guitars today. I'm very lucky to be borrowing these guitars to make this video, and I just so happen to have two guitars that are relatively similar. So let's take a look at guitar number one. P90s came out in the year 1946. This guitar represents that camp. This is a Gibson Les Paul Special from sometime in the 1990s. This guitar has a mahogany body, a mahogany neck, a rosewood fingerboard, two P90 pickups, two volumes, two tones, and a three-way switch. In the humbucker camp, we have something a little bit different. We have a Yamaha SG800 from sometime around 1980. Now, though this guitar is made by Yamaha, it's a very similar body shape, kind of that SG style thing. This guitar, the only real differences are it has two humbucking pickups, and it also has a maple top. Otherwise, mahogany body, mahogany neck, rosewood fingerboard, two volumes, two tones, and a three-way toggle switch, which in this case is up here. Something I have to remember when I'm doing these demos. So, let's talk about the humbucking pickups first. You know, they're warm sounding, they're rich, they certainly have a sound of their own. Originally made to sound like the P90 pickup. Humbuckers came out in 1957, and they don't quite sound exactly the same, but they do sound like they're kind of in the same family. And let's listen and we'll talk about that. So, clean sound. I'm going to go through all the pickup positions on this beautiful Yamaha SG. So, neck pickup. Both pickups together. And the bridge pickup all by itself. Cool. Let's move on to the P90 guitar, and then we'll talk. So, here we go with the Gibson Les Paul Special. Two P90s. Very similar playing examples here, starting up on the neck pickup. Both pickups together. And the bridge pickup all by itself. not entirely dissimilar. But I would say that the P90s have a little bit more zing on the top end. The humbuckers have a little bit more warmth in the low end. The humbuckers definitely have a little bit more compression. Perhaps they're not quite as suitable for clean playing under some circumstances as the P90s. But we could say the other thing around too. I mean, some people love the sound of a clean humbucking pickup, and I think it's definitely a classic sound. A lot of warmth, a lot of beautiful, mid-range. I would say both examples have mid-range. The P90s maybe have a little bit more growl to them, but definitely two very acceptable and common sounds. Let's move back to the Yamaha SG, and we're going to start off now doing some distorted examples. So I made a loop, and we're just going to go through all the pickup positions and hear some single note playing over top of my loop. So here we go with that. I'm going to start up on the neck pickup again. Overdrive on. Here we go. Yeah, great sound. You know, that neck pickup, it makes me think of Clapton. It makes me think of Slash. The in-between position has a lot of spunk. It really sounds nice. In fact, very bright. I think on a humbucking guitar, the in-between position is the brightest sound, especially with overdrive. And the bridge pickup, made me think of, especially in this style, made me think of Robben Ford. It made me think of Joe Walsh and so many classic humbucking tones, Aerosmith, all that stuff. I love the bridge pickup, especially on a humbucker. It's just a beautiful, beautiful sound. Now let's switch over to the P90s and hear those. Same sound, same distortion, same loop, everything like that. Here we go. All right, starting up on the neck pickup one more time. So yeah, you hear that top end spank in the P90s, which is really cool. It's definitely a different beast. I mean, I'd say a lot of guitar players have less experience with P90s than they do with humbuckers. Humbuckers are very familiar to many of us. The P90 pickup sound is definitely something different, and it's become very fashionable lately. And I think it's because these pickups are kind of chameleons of sorts. Like, if I just go back to that clean sound, an interesting thing about P90s, to me anyways, is this sound right here. That's me attempting to play the sound of, another brick in the wall, David Gilmour. I never knew until last year that that was actually played on a Les Paul with P90s. It's a very cool sound, and P90s are very cool too, because if you roll back your volume a little bit, you can get the really funky thing happening, whether it's distorted or clean, and that's very cool. And finally, the last thing I really love about them is fingerstyle. It's great, You can almost have that Telecaster thing, and when you dig in with your thumb, on those low strings, it kind of responds a little bit more like, a Strat single coil, that kind of thing. Conversely, though, the humbucking pickups are great for recording, and also it's just a reliable guitar. If you're in a room with bad power, you're never going to have to worry with humbuckers. That's the one thing I will say. Humbuckers are kind of the safe bet pickup. If you don't know what the room you're going to be playing in is like, for recording situations, you don't have to worry about your angle being specific to avoid 60 cycle hum, that kind of thing. Certainly with overdrive, you get all those classic, that kind of thing. You get all your Jimmy Page type stuff, which just sounds amazing. So many killer classic sounds with the humbuckers. It's great. I mean, it's just such a powerful sound, with humbucking pickups. Anything involving power chords, it just sounds fantastic. And on the other end of the spectrum, the clean thing is also very cool. Maybe not quite as versatile as P90s, but you get your kind of classic B.B. King thing. It's great. It sounds amazing. And it's definitely a safe bet, as I say, because of the lack of 60 cycle hum. So I hope this maybe has shed some light on where you might like to use humbuckers versus P90s. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below. Are you more of a humbucker fan, or are you more of a P90 fan? And which one do you like more? Why? Do you like both? Maybe the best bet, maybe the safest thing, is to have a humbucker in your neck position and a P90 in the bridge. Let me know what kind of configuration you guys like. If you're new to the channel and if you stayed around this long, please do like, subscribe, ring the notification bell to receive notifications about when we release new content, because we do every Tuesday and every Friday on this channel. That's about it for this week. We'll see you guys and girls again next Tuesday.